currently, and I saved a year's worth of income in cash. So a lot of what I do is helping other people or inspiring other people and encouraging other people to do the same thing, whatever it is their financial goals are. But today we are going to be talking about just how you can prepare for your first home. Certain things you need to have in place. The first thing, of course, is you need to save some money.
Absolutely, the first thing.
You need to save the money. So, with that comes a budget, an effective budget. A lot of times we hear the word budget and we don't know what that really means. A lot of people just think it's just a list of things that you can't do, or a list of places you can't go, or a list of things you can't buy. But that is actually not what an effective budget is supposed to be. So if you do not have a budget and you're on your webinar, you need a budget. Everyone needs a budget. So it needs to be, you need to tell your every dollar where it needs to go. You need to be clear about every dollar. It needs a home. Every dollar needs a home. So when we don't give our dollars home, it kind of just roams out in the street, which a lot of our money is just out roaming in the street, right? So give it a home. Tell it where to go. You make the decisions. Don't let your money make decisions for you. But I would say also track your spending before you create a budget. Understand what your triggers are. Know your spending habits. Understand how the weekend, affects you versus other days of the week. For some people, we might struggle when it's that time of the month, or when we're dealing with sad moments around the holidays, or whatever it may be. Understand what your triggers are. That way you can create a plan to save yourself from your triggers. When you save your money will save you. All right? So that's how we're going to save up. We're going to create a savings plan. At least 10% of your money, put it aside towards saving. At least start there. I always say, for a rule of thumb, when you're building your emergency fund, your number one goal should be to have $1,000. Anyone on this webinar who does not have at least $1,000 saved for emergencies, that is your number one goal when you're getting off of this webinar. And then we can build from there. But most Americans cannot survive $1,000 emergency. And I don't want you to be in that number. So that's your number one goal. So after we save, we get some money together, some cushion for a down payment. Then we start to think of how much house could we afford. Be realistic. Your mortgage payment should not be more than around maybe 35-40% of your income. Because think about it, we want to still travel. We want to still have emergency fund after we buy our home. We want to be able to pay all of our bills and not be cold. We want to be able to pay down any debt that we have. I mentioned how I became completely debt free, so I don't have the debt, the student loan debt, credit card debt that a lot of other people have. But I still keep my mortgage payment below 40%. So that covers you in case something happens. God forbid, if you have to be on disability for it, that's 65% of your income. You'll still be able to pay your mortgage. You have to think down the line. You're probably going to have this for 15, 20 years, 30 years. So be realistic. And come up with a price range that you're going to be comfortable with and stick within that range. Often we have the banks telling us, oh, you can have all of this money. We'll approve you for this ridiculous amount of money. We don't want you to just get something because it's pretty. We want you to be able to stay in there for a long period of time.
Exactly. And let me just piggyback.
Yep, go ahead.
Let me just piggyback off of that really quickly. So whatever you get pre-approved for, let's say your pre-approval is for $200,000. You don't necessarily have to spend that full $200,000. That's the maximum amount that the bank will allow you to loan. If you're comfortable with the mortgage payment at $150,000, then spend $150,000 because you're comfortable at that price point as well as you're comfortable at that monthly mortgage amount. You don't necessarily have to spend the full pre-approval amount if you're not comfortable and won't be comfortable going forward with paying that monthly payment. So again, whatever you get pre-approved for, you don't have to spend that full amount. It's not necessary. You just have to make sure you're comfortable with that purchase price, that purchase amount, as well as that monthly mortgage payment. Go ahead.
And you don't have to know that was perfect. And you also don't have to go with just the first bank who gives you an approval. You can shop around.
Yep.
Because interest rates are important. Again, that's something that's going to stick with you for a little while. And you think the little 1% or 0.5% doesn't, it adds up to thousands of dollars. So shop around to see who has a better rate. Some banks will pay for certain things or inspection, whatever. People have different perks. And so you want to shop around to see who offers what. But you're not married to the first, bank who gives you an offer or gives you a pre-approval, I should say. The next thing, we got to talk about our credit. We have to, if you haven't pulled your credit report in 2019, you need to go ahead and do it. You get one free pull every 12 months. And that is by law because a lot of us have incorrect information on our credit. So they had to start allowing people to be able to pull their credit report and be able to review it for free because you could be paying for your mistake and someone else's mistake. Someone could have typed in just too many zeros. Someone could have keyed in the wrong address, the wrong name, or the wrong account. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong behind the scenes. And if you don't know, this is one of those things there, what you don't know is actually hurting you. Pull your full credit report. I know a lot of people I sit down with from day to day they're scared to look at their number. They're scared to look at their report. And I tell them, listen, do whatever you have to do. Play your favorite music, get you some tea, whatever calms you to be able to do it because you never want someone else to know more about you than you know about you. So if you're on the phone with a bank or if you're sitting across from a banker and you're trying to ask them to get you approved for whatever your loan is or whatever you're trying to get approved for, and they pull up something to say, what about these medical bills or what about this? And you're like, I didn't even know that was on there.
Right.
You don't want to be in that position. So one or two things is going to happen. Either you're going to pull your report and you're going to pull your score and it's going to be much better than you think it was. Or you're going to pull it and it's going to be just as bad as you thought it was.
Right.
Either way, you now have a plan where you can actually do something about it. So you need to know. Knowing is always better. You got anything to add to that? I'm going to stop after every point.
So in regards to pulling the credit report, can you let everyone know, like whether it's a website or whatever the case may be, where they can go to get their yearly free credit report?
So I like myannualreport.com. I also like freecreditscore.com. So one gives you the actual report and the other one gives you the 3-digit score. Anyone on this webinar who is using Credit Karma, stop today. It's not accurate. And you don't want to be lied to. You want to know the real deal so that you can create a plan to, again, not be shocked when you try to go get approved for something and you think your score is one thing and it's another. So since we all know at this point that Credit Karma is not accurate, we want you to have the real accurate numbers so that we can, create a plan around that. So myannualreport.com and freecreditscore.com.
All right, I'm just typing it in the chat.
That's fine. Also, we want to look and see if we have high balances on our credit cards. We want to try to, I can't see the chat.
So you can't perfect.
We want to try to keep our credit cards low, like our balances on them really low. We want it to be ideally, of course, under 30%, but if we can get it lower than that, that'd be perfect. But do not do a whole lot of spending on your credit cards in between that time of getting a pre-approval or going to closing or whatever. Try to lay low on making big purchases and swiping all crazy. So do the regular small stuff, doesn't matter, but try not to open new accounts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You may, that Macy's card or whatever, if you're with. I know they're going to tell you, especially approaching the holiday season, oh, if you open it up now, you get 20% off. Or today, you don't need it. And that the new inquiries can actually hurt you when it's time to go to closing, when it's time to get approved. So you kind of want to stay away from that. Any cards you already have, hold on to them, but keep the balances low and try to hold off of getting new credit cards and making large purchases. We had a situation where a young lady was waiting for closing and she decided she's going to go buy all the furniture just in faith.
No.
Oh, she got this new card with the furniture place. I guess they gave her an account, like a line of credit, and that messed her up come closing day. Because they will. Full. Yes.
Yeah, so they definitely, so with the mortgage companies or bank or wherever you're getting your mortgage from, they will definitely pull your credit score, your credit report again a week before closing to see if there's anything new on your credit report before they officially lend to you. So just to piggyback off what Rachel said, during that process, I tell people from the time you start the process, do not open any new credit cards, any new lines of credit. Don't go out and buy a car. Don't lose your job. Don't get fired. Don't quit your job. At least wait until after you've been to the settlement table and signed those documents and you've gotten the keys to the house. Then you can do whatever you want. But until then, during that home buying process, don't do anything. Just stay disciplined throughout that process because that process can be a 45-day process, and sometimes it can be longer depending on how soon you find the house that you want. But during that time, any of those things that you do can definitely hinder you from getting that home. So I would piggyback off of what Rachel said. You don't want to mess it up for yourself. So especially if your goal is to own a home, just stay disciplined, be patient, wait till after you sign those documents and wait until after you've gotten those keys. Even if you do it on the same day, just wait till you get the keys and you sign the documents. After you got the keys and the documents, 5 minutes later after closing, you can go do whatever you want. Go buy that new card. You can go, get that new furniture, whatever you want to do. Get that Macy's card. But don't do it during or right before because it's definitely going to mess you up.
And if anyone has any questions as we go along, just kind of type them in.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to things like this, we definitely want to prepare for the worst and pray for the best. So of course we try our best to, we pray for the seller's assist. We pray for all these things that, some people have like grants or different things from first-time home buyer programs or whatever, but you want to prepare yourself to have to pay for all those things out of pocket. Right. You may have a situation where your inspection may not have to cover all of it. I mean, there's various different outcomes, but again, you want to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. And that's another thing. When it comes to inspections, don't be cheap.
I try to tell people that all the time.
Do not be cheap because it can range. The prices of inspections can range, and some people get real fancy with it. They give you all these pictures on a little disc or whatever they, files or whatever. And all of that is valuable information that you are going to need. Mm-hmm. So factor that into your savings goals when you are creating a budget about how much you want to put down, how much you feel like you can afford. You want to furnish the place, so add that as part of your budget because I'm not bringing my chair to your housewarming. Don't have on your housewarming invitation. Bring chairs now. But yeah, like prepare for all of that stuff. Prepare. You could shop around and save little things to your Amazon list or this list or whatever. But just hold off until closing day to actually buy it. But have it in a savings account. Have it ready. Also, don't make huge transfers.
Yeah.
Like don't transfer like $7,000 from randomly from one account to another account, or they're going to be like, where did this money come from and why? Just do business as usual. Cut down on spending, of course. Cut down on using your credit cards, of course. But try not to make any huge just changes with money with your bank accounts, because they're kind of watching that too. Like no weird wire transfers or anything like that. That's like large amounts. I'm just spurting out stuff as it comes to my mind.
That's fine.
So I'm trying to think. Is that everything related to credit?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure you keep your inquiries low. Hard inquiries, you don't want to have more than 3, and they stay on your report for 2 years. So you want to be mindful of that. Even if you're on this webinar and you're saying to yourself, well, Danielle, Rachel, I'm really not looking to buy a home until like fall of 2020 or whatever maybe you're planning ahead. You still want to think about these things now, because they're going to go back 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you think that you have time, you kind of want to still have consistent banking information. You want to have, if you get in a credit card, it's going to stay on here for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So consider all of that when we're doing our holiday shopping and all those things. They're going to be stuck with you for 2 years. They're going to be weighing on your score for that amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
The number one thing to start to boost your scores instantly is starting to pay things on time. That's the quickest way you can start to boost your scores. I also recommend Experian Boost. A lot of my clients love it, and it has helped them a lot boost their score. So it's basically taking into account the things that we didn't get credit for before, like paying our cell phone bills and paying certain utility bills and things on time. We now are able to get credit for that, and it starts, for most people, 3 out of 4, it boosts their score.
Nice.
So every point, matters, especially especially when you're in the home buying process. I'm sure Danielle can tell you that literally every point matters.
Yes.
So sit down with a financial advisor too, or a consultant. And I'm not just saying that because I am one. Buying a home is one of the absolute biggest purchases that you will ever make in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it is important to do it in the right way and make sure that you are taking everything into consideration when it comes to your finances. Again, we don't want you to just be in a home for a year and the next year you're struggling and you're not even sure if you're going to be able to stay in it.
Right.
That this is why Danielle does these webinars, because the purpose is for you to be home, like be comfortable, be at peace, feel good, and be able to keep that up for a long period of time.
Yes. I always tell my clients, I do not want you to be house poor. You should want to be in a house and be comfortable knowing that you can actually afford it. You shouldn't be in a property, struggling to pay a monthly mortgage and you can't pay the rest of your bills, whatever those may be, whether it's your utilities or whether it's cable or any other bills that you pay. You should be in a home where you're comfortable, you're happy, and you can ensure that, you're financially set and you're able to pay those bills.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And when you have an emergency fund, I mean, ultimately we want it to be 3 to 6 months worth of monthly expenses. And that's definitely the ultimate goal you want to have even going forward when you buy your home, because there are going to be all kinds of emergencies that are going to come up.
Yes.
I mean, when I prepared for the worst, you can have something come up with that home 2 days after signing.
That's true. That's true. So I can attest to that. I can't attest to the 2 days part after signing, but I've been a homeowner for 7 years now. And my first few years, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like the emergency repairs that they come out of nowhere. Listen, that emergency fund is a blessing. So
Yeah.
whether you're buying a home now, or even if you're not ready to buy a home, just make sure you have an emergency fund, because you can use that fund for anything. Let's say something goes wrong with your car. You can use that emergency fund to get your car fixed. But when it comes to a home, an emergency fund is a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I even tell you about my neighbor next to me. We had a whole squirrel issue. The squirrels was going through the porch roofs. And you know how, like, so I live in a row home and all the porch roofs are connected. And the squirrels chewed through his roof. Chewed through and was coming out. He had big holes in his roof. So he had that's an emergency repair that he had to get fixed. So it's you just always got to be prepared. It could be a roof. Your heater could blow out. It could be a plumbing issue.
A tree could fall. That was my thing. My tree fell in my backyard. And that cost some money to get a tree chopped down and removed. Like
that's not cheap.
So I mean, there's all kinds of things that you don't really think about when you are buying a home. You know what I mean? Things like what you said. Like, I'm not worried about those squirrels when I'm buying a home.
Right.
You know, but also inspections really help. That, like, if you get a good, like, my guy, he helped me with looking out for stuff that I didn't take into consideration before. And that was another thing, a reason why I say you don't want to go cheap on inspection, because you want to get a company who really knows what they're looking out for.
Yeah.
And they're able to give you the heads up on it. May be an extra $50. They may be $100 more than the people across the street. But I'm pretty sure in a lot of cases it's worth that extra money. And the peace of mind that comes with that. So this is why I name my company Missing Peace, PEACE, because if you are in a financial bond, or if you are forced to do certain things because you don't have the money to have other options, you're not at peace.
That's
and
true.
So we don't want you to be there.
Right.
I saw a question come up. I saw a question come up. Did you?
Let me see. I didn't see one.
Okay. Did I miss it? Hold on. So I was driving and stopped me. I'm getting ready to start grad school in January. Should I wait until I finish to try to buy? I mean, if you don't see it? If you think that, well, January is a corner. So if I would think that you would just use this time to just continue to do everything we talked about as far as saving as much as possible, as far as cleaning up your credit, making sure your balances on your credit cards are low. And January is literally right around the corner. So finish off grad school, sweetheart. Congratulations. But finish off this grad school in peace, so that you're not necessarily like trying to do finals and trying to figure out all the stuff with the home. I'm sure Danielle will be glad to help you when January comes and you're done with grad school. But it's just a little extra time. Just make sure that you are shopping within your budget, making sure that you have everything together as far as your full credit report. You don't need to dispute anything, because that's another thing. If you pull your report today and you decide you have to dispute something, that's going to take a little while for them to do some research on it, for them to clear it off or whatever. So I would say use these last couple of months. Of course, continue to grind your school to finish off strong, but put certain things in place to help you from day to day, little small things that you can save money here, save money there, to get you closer so that when January comes, you you're ready to celebrate in a new house. So that's just my suggestion.
Great advice. I like that advice.
Anyone else have any questions? So I'll give out my information while we're waiting for questions. So I basically do one-on-one virtual sessions. So you can kind of watch me. We can do a video call. You can stay at your home in your couch, and we can talk about what your short-term, 6 months or long-term financial goals are, how we can create a plan and an effective budget savings plan to get you closer to your goal of buying a home. Because we want you to be able to get what you want, and minimize the stress that comes with it, and also being able to do it long. So get more information about the session with me. You can go to my website, which is rachelhannibal.com. RACHALHANIBLE.com, and all the information is on there to request the session. And again, they're virtual, just an hour, but it comes with a personalized savings plan and a personalized goal sheet, so that we can just kind of create a plan for you to get from where you are to where you want to be.
Cool. So, if you need any financial help or if you need financial consulting, I would definitely, I recommend Rachel to everyone. I don't know if they come to you, but I do recommend you to a lot of people. I also have a monthly newsletter that I send out where, I have your information in there as well. But she's who I recommend. Like I said, we've known each other for it's been over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been over a year. But listen, she gives great tips. She gives great advice. If you need financial help, consulting, definitely reach out to her. Do not be afraid. This is what I tell people all the time. Do not be afraid to use your resources. You have resources for a reason. Those resources are there to help you. Do not be afraid to use them. If you use them, you can better yourself. If you don't use them, nothing changes. So always use your resources. They are there for a reason. You have them for a reason.
And I also ultimately say to people that you'll never be at peace if you don't own anything. Mm-hmm. You can either own or be owned, and that's literally the only two options that we have. And home ownership is something that is very important. So just to kind of piggyback off of like what you were saying, I mean, you can't be ashamed. You can't be. Everyone comes to me and thinks that they're my worst case, and I'm like, you're not. It's not that bad. I've seen some terrible cases. Like, you're not that bad. Like, who am I? What am I gonna do? I tell people,
right.
I'm not a judge. I'm just a help.
Right.
But please, yes, for sure. Use your resources, and anyone else that is looking to buy a home, or you hear coworkers talking about it or whatever, you can say, listen, young lady Danielle, like, she's amazing at what she does, and if you need some help getting ready for that, you can go see Rachel, and she will hand you right off to Danielle when you're ready. And so definitely we have to spread the wealth and to our people, for sure. So I'm excited about all of you becoming homeowners.
Yes. Being a homeowner is definitely is good. It's definitely amazing. I'm an advocate of ownership. I'm an advocate of home ownership. I'm an advocate of investing in real estate as well. I'm an advocate of generational wealth. So I would definitely recommend that, just start getting financially prepared and get your finances together to own a home. It definitely will change your life, definitely, in a good way. It will definitely change your life in a good way. I know people who think that, home ownership is terrible. They have their misconceptions, but it's definitely a good thing. And just let me go over the pre-approval and everything like that. So I have lenders on my team who the minimum credit score that you need to get pre-approved is a 580. Of course, the higher the credit score, the better. but the minimum credit score that you need is a 580. Philadelphia currently has a grant program available for first-time home buyers, which is up to $10,000 on the purchase of a home. Delaware County has a grant program available as well, which is up to $5,000 for first-time home buyers on the purchase of a home. So, and lenders, I do have lenders on my team who have grant programs available for special occupations, for police officers, firefighters, doctors, nurses, teachers. And in some cases, you don't have to actually be a doctor, nurse, teacher. But if you work at a school or if you work at a hospital, things of that nature, the grant program is available for you as well. And that grant is up to $7,500. So there are grant programs available that you can use that can assist you with purchasing your first home, but you still want to be financially prepared and financially ready as well, just in case you don't get the max amount of that grant, or in case you're not eligible for that grant. So I'll definitely recommend that. It also, even in regards to the home inspection, I recommend all my clients get a home inspection. You want to know what's going on with the property, because, and this is one reason why I say that when you go and look at a home, you're just looking at how nice it is. You're not making sure the plumbing is properly installed. You're not making sure the heating system works correctly. Mm-hmm. We've never been on a roof if we went and looked at a home. I know I haven't, because I got a fear of heights. So the home inspection is for those reasons, to make sure the house is functioning correctly and in its proper manner, making sure the roof is in good condition, making sure the heating system is working correctly. So it's very, very important that you get a home inspection. If you're my client, in your first time home buyer or even a second time home buyer, I'm really not allowing you not to get a home inspection at all. Especially if you're getting financing, there are some inspections that you'll need. So the inspections that I recommend to my client is your general home inspection, termite inspection, sewer inspection, as well as radon inspection. Those are the 4 inspections that I recommend. The sewer inspection is basically, because a lot of people don't get it, but I recommend my clients to get it, because the sewer inspection is basically an inspection of the plumbing, making sure the plumbing under the house is running correctly to the street. I've been in situations where clients have gotten that sewer line inspection and the sewer line was messed up. And thank God they had gotten the inspection, because if they didn't, they would have went forward purchasing a house where the plumbing was not running correctly, and God forbid something happens, they move into the house, they own it now that's their responsibility, instead of getting that inspection done up front and getting that situation rectified between the seller and the buyer. So those are the 4 inspections that I recommend: your general home inspection, termite inspection, radon inspection, and sewer line inspection. And it varies between companies. The highest that I've seen is close to $1,000 for all inspections. But again, when it comes to those inspections, I don't want to say you don't have to max out, but you don't want to be cheap neither. You want to make sure you're getting your money's worth, and you want to make sure that home inspector is going to educate you on everything. But that's my tidbit. Rachel, oh, and one more thing. In regards to once you purchase your home, you definitely want to have homeowners insurance. You're going to have homeowners insurance if you have financing. Also, one thing that I recommend that clients get is life insurance, especially life insurance outside of your job. So in most cases, you have life insurance with your job, but I recommend clients get life insurance outside of their job. So God forbid they lose their job 2 days after closing, and now they don't have life insurance, and God forbid something happens to them. I mean, you kind of, out of luck there. So I recommend my clients to have life insurance outside of their job. So God forbid something happens, your family is still able to kind of help take care of the property with their life insurance policy. So that's my tidbit.
That was perfect.
Rachel, you want to know where people can reach you at on social media?
Oh, my Instagram is peptalks_. And my Facebook is just my first and last name, Rachel Hannibal, RACHALHANIBLE. Every Friday I give out free finance tips And I've been doing it. It's actually almost a year now that every Friday I give out 10 free finance tips. That's a lot. So 10 new, current, up-to-date finance tips on a range of topics, from everything from credit to, again, home buy, how to prepare for a home, saving, all that stuff, couponing, whatever, budgeting. So definitely want to be on my social media to get all these free gems I'm dropping every week. And also to stay up to date with the book tour and everything that's going on with Amber's Magical Savings Box, which is an interactive children's book. It teaches kids about earning and saving money. You can definitely follow all the information on social media as well.
And make sure you guys grab her book. She's a number one. I know you're big on Amazon. I know that. I see everything on Facebook.
It is number one in the category for kids' books about money. So books about money. Yeah.
If you have kids, you definitely want to get the book for them. I definitely recommend that you get the book. I know I have nieces and nephews for them because I didn't have any financial literacy when, me growing up. I had like tidbits, but it wasn't a lot. So most of my financial literacy came from me being in college because I majored in finance. So that's where most of my financial literacy has come from. But if I had it growing up, totally different story. But I definitely recommend that you guys, if you have kids, even if you don't, nieces, nephews, cousins, little cousins, you can donate the book to someone, a friend, a kid's friend, whatever the case may be. But you definitely want to get the book. Even get it for yourself if need be. Get it for yourself, but definitely support Rachel. She's great at what she does. She's a great person. For me, if you guys want to connect with me on social media, my Instagram is my last name, Miss Smallwood 24 MS, Smallwood, the number 2, the number 4. I am on Facebook at Danielle J. Smallwood Real Estate. And my personal Facebook is Danielle J. Smallwood as well. But again, I would definitely, if you have questions, you still have time to put them in the chat. Rachel, you most likely can see them because I know I can't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see the questions. I'm checking.
Okay. But if you have questions, definitely, this is Q&A time. So if you have questions, definitely put them in the chat. We'll answer any questions that you may have. If not, we'll hold off a little bit on ending the webinar. But in regards to the free giveaway that I have, so basically in regards to the free giveaway, it is an Amazon gift card. So if you stayed on this entire time, all I ask is that you email me feedback in regards to this webinar. So whether it's good feedback, bad feedback, whatever it is, just email it to me, let me know, and you'll be entered in the drawing to receive the free Amazon gift card. And it's a free $25 gift card that'll be sent your way. And the winner will be announced on Friday. So if you're interested, make sure you send me the feedback. So I'll need the feedback, what's today, Wednesday? The feedback Thursday at the latest. So just make sure you
give my feedback.
Make sure you just send me your feedback. Like I said, good or bad. I don't mind constructive criticism. This helps us get better at what we do and how we better serve everyone. So that's just my main goal at the end of the day, just to be a better servant. So they just email me over the feedback, good or bad, and that'll enter you in to the free giveaway. And the winner will be announced on Friday. So if we have any questions, go ahead and enter them. We'll answer any questions that you have. Let me know if we get any questions.
I will.
Okay.
I'm watching. But if not,
perfect. Rachel, what's your email address where people can email you at?
It is rachelhannibal@gmail.com. Let me see if I can type it in. Since I figured out how to do that. Oh, I can. Boom. Oh wait. Okay. And I'm gonna put my Instagram on here too.
Okay.
Can you hear that key and they clicking?
I did in the beginning. I can't anymore.
I'm like, okay, this is loud. I see we got somebody new just came in. Okay. All right. So any questions, just let us know before we end. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. All feedback is good feedback. Let us know how we're doing.
Yes.
And if these tips and things were helpful to you.
Yeah, so absolutely. Please, please. I appreciate all feedback, any and all feedback. But if you don't want to ask a question on here, it's fine. If you have questions, definitely feel free to reach out to either one of us. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. We're happy to help you in any way that we can. So, Rachel, I'll say we'll wait another minute if we don't get any questions, perfectly fine. You can feel free to email us questions or reach out to us, with any questions that you may have.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let you know if anything comes up. If anything comes up.
Perfect. And don't forget to submit the feedback to enter into the free Amazon giveaway, the gift card.
And if y'all don't do it, I'm going to get it. And I'm going to buy my own book on Amazon. But it's also available at Target and Walmart and Barnes and Noble, so you don't have to go to Amazon. You can get it anywhere.
There we go. Plug the book. That's how you do it.
Amber's Magical Savings Box.
That's how you do it. So everyone make sure y'all support. Like I said, I'll be getting it for my I have 2 nieces and a nephew, so I'll be grabbing it for them. I need them to be financially prepared for life.
All right, so no questions came in.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and end the webinar.
Wait, something happened. Hold on.
I see one. I just see one that popped up.
Hold on. I can't see what it says, though.
Hold on. Let me see
it just says thank you.
Oh, no problem at all.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you again.
No problem again. Rachel, I appreciate you. Thank you for being on. I know you have a busy schedule. So thank you. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us directly. But we'll go ahead and end the webinar. Everyone have a great evening, and thank you all for attending.
See ya.
See ya.